So let's do our application problem now. I'm going to give you 2 minutes after I read it to work on it by yourselves and try to get started and solve it before we come back together. But if you don't get to it all the way, then don't worry about it. We'll go over it as a group. But it says Sarah is saving money in her bank or in her piggy bank. So far, she has 3 dimes, 1 quarter, and 8 pennies. How much money does Sarah have? How much more does she need to have $1? So this is a 2-part question. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now for you to work on it. She has 3 dimes, 1 quarter, and 8 pennies. Start the time now. Just 10 more seconds. Alright, and that's time. So let's go ahead and go over it together. So A said, how much money does Sarah have? So we can see that in part A right here. Part A is also done right over here on this side. They represented their dimes with just a circle and 10 inside to represent the value. Their quarters are a circle with 25. And the pennies are just a circle with a 1, so we can keep track of the values. So if we go ahead and add these up, we see 10, 20, 30 cents from the dimes, 25 cents from the quarters, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents from the pennies. So we can add that up right over here. We see 30 plus 25 plus 8. To make this a little bit easier for myself, I took out 5, which is what I needed to get to the next 10 with my 25, and then I just added what was left of my 8. So this 8 is just branched into a 5 and a 3, which we've kind of worked on before. So I have 30 plus 25 plus 5. This 25 plus 5 becomes 30 right down here. So then I have 30 plus 30 plus 3, that 3 that came in from here. So 30 plus 30 is 60, plus 3 is going to be 63 cents. So I know she has 63 cents right now. They showed that this also down below with just sort of a skip counting situation. So they said 25 plus 5 plus 3. So if that works better for you, you can also use this arrow method or skip counting method shown below. So then we write it in a sentence. Sarah has 63 cents. And then the next part of the question, how much more does she need to have $1? And we see Sarah needs 37 cents to have $1. That's done up above right here where we say that $1 equals 100 cents. That's really important for us to note. $1 equals 100 cents. So then to compare these values and to see how much more I need, I can subtract what she has to get how much left she needs. So I have 100 cents. I subtract the 63 cents she has and find that she needs 37 more cents. Or as they showed it down here below, they skip counted up. They said to get to the next 10, I need 7 cents, and then to get from 70 to 100, I need 30 cents. So 30 plus 7 equals 37 cents. So hopefully one of those ways makes sense to you. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the problem set, and I don't want you to worry about doing all of this by yourself and then checking your work, because you're going to have a link to an exit ticket that I will grade and look at and see how you're doing that way instead of you sending in the pictures like we've been doing, which you can still send in the pictures of your work if you want to, but don't stress about getting those into me. The evidence that you're doing it is going to be the exit ticket link. So let's go ahead and I'll give you just like 30 seconds to get started on this. We're just adding up the coins and we're putting the value of those coins in this slot. So for this first one, 5 cents for 1 nickel, and then 1, 2, 3 cents for these 3 pennies is going to be 5 plus 3 equals 8. So 8 cents would go here. That's how you're going to do it. You can take 30 seconds to just kind of run through mentally or on a piece of paper for some of the other values, and then we'll come back together in 30 seconds to go over all the answers. So don't worry about getting to all of them. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and come together now and go over some more of these answers. So we have for number 2, we have 10 cents from this dime, and then we have 4 pennies, so that's 4 cents. So 10 plus 4 equals 14. Then we have 10 cents from this dime, and then we have 5, 10, 15 cents from these 3 nickels. But these are each worth 5 cents. So that's why we say 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents would be 15 cents. So 15 cents plus 10 cents would be 25 cents. Then we have a dime again, so that's 10 cents, 1 nickel, so 5 cents, and then we have 4 pennies, so that's 4 cents since they are each 1 cent. So then we come together and say that's going to be 10 plus 5 plus 4, which ends up being 19. Then we have 2 dimes, so that's each worth 10, so 10 plus 10 is 20. And then we have 2 nickels, so 5 plus 5 is 10. So we have 10 plus both these together would be 10 plus 1. So that's 31 cents. Then we have a quarter. So we have 25 cents with that quarter, and then we have 2 nickels, and each of them are 5 cents. So I would say 25, 30, 35 if I wanted to skip count, and then one more, 36. So that's 36 cents. So you can see there's the adding, repeated addition kind of technique, or there's also the technique of skip counting when possible. And you can see these are all already ordered by biggest to smallest for you to make it easier. So this is 25 cents plus 10 cents, that's 35 cents, plus another 10 cents would be 45 cents, plus 5 cents would be 50 cents, plus 1 plus 1. So that's 50, 51, 52. So that's 52 cents for that one. For this next one, I'll go ahead and give you just another, let's give you about 30 seconds to a minute to start on this activity. This one's a little different because they're not put in order, but it's the same thing. We're just adding up these coins. But it's not put from biggest to smallest. You kind of have to do that on your own or make a decision for the best way to add up these coins. So you can begin this part now, just mentally working through it or writing it down. Alright, let's call that good for now. and go over some of these answers together. I didn't put it right on the line because I couldn't get it to fit very well. So it's somewhere in the box. The value of that box of coins is somewhere in the box in blue. So starting with number 8, I see my largest is a dime. So I'd start with that 10 cents, and then I see 2 nickels. And I know that 5 plus 5 is 10. So I know that 2 nickels is equal to 10 cents. So I have 1 dime, which is 10 cents, plus another 10 cents for my 2 nickels. So I have 10 plus 10 is 20 cents. Then for 9, I have 2 nickels, so I'm going to start with those. I just established that 2 nickels is worth 10 cents because each is worth 5. So I have 10 cents, 11, 12. I just count on to get 12 cents because I know each penny is worth 1 cent. Then for 10, I go ahead and start with my dimes. They're my biggest coin here. So I have 2 dimes, so that's going to be 10, 20, and then plus 5 is 25 cents. And then count on 2 more, 26, 27. So this is going to be 27 cents. Then for 11, I have a quarter now. That's going to be my largest value coin. So I have 25 cents plus 10 cents is going to be 35 cents. And then counting on, I get 36, 37. So that's 37 cents. Down to 12, I see that I have a quarter here, so I count the quarter first. And then I'm actually, instead of counting my dimes for this one, I know I have 25 cents with this quarter, and I know that my 5 cents would make it the next 10, which would be 30 cents. So I'm going to count that one first so that it's easy to count by tens for all my dimes. So I'm going to go 25 plus 5 equals 30, and then I'm just going to count by tens for all my dimes. So 30, and then 40, 50, 60, 70. So I have 70 cents here. Then for this next one, I have 2 quarters. So 25 plus 25 equals 50, plus 5 equals 55, plus 1 equals 56. So this is 56 cents. And then here I have 25 plus 25, we just established, is 50. And then I see my dimes down here, so I'm going to go ahead and do the dimes next. So I had 50, then I'm going to go 60, 70, 80. And then I have nickels, so I can count by fives. I can say I was at 80, so I can say 85, 90, 95, 100. Or I could have grouped these 2 nickels and these 2 and counted by tens as well. But either way, I would have gotten to 100 cents, which we've already established 100 cents is equal to $1. That's really important. So I come to that conclusion that that's $1. Then for this last one, this is a lot of coins, but we're going to find that it's actually worth less than 14 was. But we'll add them up just to verify. So we get 25 cents. We start with that, and then I'm going to go ahead and use one of my nickels again to get around 10 so I can count up my dimes. So I get 25 plus 5 equals 30. Then I have 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, and then I have 5 pennies. So I was at 90 plus 5, I get 95 cents.